WLNS is here for you with 6 News at 6.
The Michigan State Spartans are still undefeated as they take down their rival from Ann Arbor. It's our top story at 6. Thanks for joining us. I'm Kaylee Maritek. It was a huge victory for Michigan State as they beat the University of Michigan 37-33. We begin our coverage tonight of the big game with Nick Mantis. And Nick, how crazy was that comeback?
Kaylee, probably one of the wildest comebacks and wins we've seen in a long time, and it's all thanks to this guy. They call him K9. Junior running back Kenneth Walker III has made some national news with his stats throughout the season so far, but his performance today bolstered the thought of Walker as a Heisman Trophy candidate. Now it is pretty much Michigan's first possession. It didn't look like it was going to go that way. Cade McNamara connects with East Lansing High School alum Andrel Anthony. The freshman wide receiver's first reception as a Wolverine goes for 93 yards to the house in his hometown against the Spartans. What a way to make an impact in the rivalry with your first catch. But Walker would respond in the second quarter. Looks like he's going to be bottled up, but he bounces out to the left side, and he's gone. 27-yard sprint to the end zone. One of his 5 touchdowns on the day as the Spartans come back from being down 16 to win it, as we were saying, 37-33. We're going to hear from Walker and plenty of other Spartans coming up in sports. But Kaylee, back to you.
This is the 6 Sports Desk.
What a game. The fight for Paul Bunyan has always been personal, but today's game featured 2 teams that were meeting undefeated for the first time since 2010, ranked in the top 10 against each other for the first time since 1964. Michigan's defense is ranked 2nd in the nation, but not a person on the Wolverines roster has met Kenneth Walker III just yet. Let's let the flames fly for the Spartans as they took the field at Spartan Stadium, dressed in all green for this rivalry showdown. And here come the Wolverines, ready to take Paul Bunyan back with them to Ann Arbor. And from the first possession, it looked like that's how it was going to be, because Cade McNamara connects with East Lansing alum Andrel Anthony. The freshman wide receiver's first reception as a Wolverine goes 93 yards to the house in his hometown against the Spartans. What a way to make an impact in the rivalry with your first catch in front of friends and family. But the Spartans would respond in the second quarter. Walker looks like he's all bottled up, but he bounces out to the left side, and he's gone. A 27-yard sprint to the end zone. It looked like he dropped it, but he was heading in, and later it was reviewed that he was already in. Now later in the second, after a 4th down conversion, they snap it quickly, give it to Walker, and he dives into the end zone as the Spartans retake the lead. Lose your mind, Spartan Nation. The Wolverine world was just warming up. They put freshman J.J. McCarthy in at quarterback, and he floats it up for Andrel Anthony. He comes down with it for his 2nd touchdown of the day. He finished with 6 receptions and 155 yards. Third quarter, McNamara back in for Michigan. He slings it across the middle for Mike Sandra still as the Wolverines take a 16-point lead, and it's getting ugly. But it ain't over yet, because the Spartans are going for it on 4th downs. Peyton Thorne looking for Jaden Reed, and he brings it down at the 1-yard line. They hurry up and snap it and give it to Walker, and he fights his way in for another touchdown. But will they have the courage to go for the 2-point conversion? Yes, indeed. Thorne looking across the end zone, gets Trey Mosley right there for making it only an 8-point game. The Spartans looking for a crucial 3rd down. Walker just wants more. How about it all? 58 yards to the casa for his 4th touchdown on the day, and East Lansing is going crazy. Now time for another 2-point conversion. This time Thorne finds Reed, and he gets his feet down to tie the game at 30. After a Michigan field goal, Walker looking for another 1st down, but he's got more. 23 yards more to retake the lead with his 5th touchdown of the day. The Wolverines get the ball back with a minute left in the game, but McNamara is intercepted by freshman Charles Brantley to seal the victory as the Spartans win it 37-33. Our 6 Sports team was on the field and has more on why Paul Bunyan is staying in East Lansing.
In the 114-year history of this rivalry between Michigan and Michigan State, there always tends to be one player or one play that sort of solidifies the game. And there's no doubt about it, in this year's meeting, that player was Kenneth Walker III.
Yeah, the entire state of Michigan knew the name Kenneth Walker III, but with the national spotlight on East Lansing today, the rest of the country now knows who Walker is.
It starts up with the O-line every day. You know, they work hard, super hard in practice, even in the spring.
What does he not do? He does it all. He really is a do-it-all back. And he's got speed, quickness, great vision. He got the heart of a lion.
He worked for every last one of them touchdowns. We didn't do that in practice. Tell my finish on the play, why you running to the end zone? This plays, we got to tell him to slow down. Can't slow down. Why you running so hard? He like, man, I want this. He do. I promise you he do.
A lot of people too thought that if he had a big game today, really amp up his Heisman Trophy conversation. We know we've been talking about it all year, but where does he stand for you there?
Well, he's the best running back in the country, and he's the best player in the country too. So yeah, he should be right there at the top after today.
What's even more interesting is that yesterday, ESPN's Reese Davis mentioned how Walker needed to have a performance like this against the Wolverines to keep him in the Heisman Trophy conversation, which he did, and he also had to have an explosive play like the one in the fourth quarter, that 58-yard touchdown run.
Yeah, and because of that play, Paul Bunyan is going to stay in East Lansing for another season. Michigan State improves to 8-0 this season, and Mel Tucker, the first Michigan State head coach to go 2-0 against Michigan. At Spartan Stadium, I'm Ian Kress.
And I'm Audrey Dahlgren.
Oh, thank you, guys. We'll have more on this historic win from Audrey and Ian tonight on 6 News at 11. Kaylee, back to you.
This is the 6 Sports Desk.
What a game. The fight for Paul Bunyan has always been personal, but today's game featured 2 teams that were meeting undefeated for the first time since 2010, ranked in the top 10 against each other for the first time since 1964, and Michigan's defense is ranked second in the nation. But one person the Wolverines hadn't met until today was Mr. Kenneth Walker III. And let's let the flames fly as the Spartans took the field at Spartan Stadium, dressed in all green for this rivalry showdown. And here come the Wolverines, ready to take Paul Bunyan back with them to Ann Arbor. From the first possession, it looked like that's how it was going to be. Cade McNamara connects with East Lansing alum Andrell Anthony. The freshman wide receiver's first reception as a Wolverine goes 93 yards to the house in his hometown against the Spartans. What a way to make your impact in the rivalry with your first catch in front of friends and family. But the Spartans would respond in the second quarter. Walker looks like he's bottled up, but he bounces out to the left side, and he's gone. 27-yard sprint to the end zone. Now, later in the second quarter, after a fourth down conversion by the Spartans, they snap it and give it quickly to Walker, and he dives into the end zone. They give the Spartans to retake the lead. Lose your mind, Spartan Nation, but Wolverine World was just warming up. They put freshman quarterback J.J. McCarthy in, and he floats it up to Andrell, and he comes down with it for his second touchdown of the day. Andrell finished with 6 receptions and 155 yards. The Wolverines take a 16-point lead, but after Kenneth Walker scored a touchdown and MSU got a 2-point conversion, the Spartans and Walker won more. How about 58 yards more to the casa for his 4th touchdown of the day? Another 2-point conversion ties it all up at 30. After a Michigan field goal, Walker looking for just another first down, but he's got 23 yards of green grass as Spartan fans ahead of him for his 5th touchdown on the day. The Wolverines get the ball back with a minute left. McNamara looking to his right, but the freshman Charles Brantley with the one-handed interception seals the victory as the Spartans win it 37-33. Our 6 Sports team was on the field and has more on why Paul Bunyan is staying in East Lansing.
There's one thing that you can take away from the Michigan State rivalry over the years is that it certainly makes for entertaining television, and that was definitely the case today here at Spartan Stadium.
Yeah, we saw that with Michigan State down 16 points in the second half. And Mel Tucker said afterwards he never felt like his guys were out of it, and we saw that today, in large part due to what Kenneth Walker was able to do, but also the crowd that we saw here at Spartan Stadium.
That was an epic game. That was a classic. I mean, that was a big time game, and
And so it's an honor and a privilege to be a part of something like that.
Really, the history of this I guess, rivalry, when it's gotten close, the Spartans have won it, really, other than maybe one time. So, but I'm just very, very happy for Coach Tucker and the entire football team.
You gonna go hang out with Paul for a second?
I might go tough that guy.
The whole week, even the bye week, we got to see the history of this rivalry, and it's big, and it means so much to me for us to come out there and win this game.
But this feeling is second to none. This is something that we thought about. We thought about doing this a long time ago. We thought about doing this a while ago. We thought about doing this for all of y'all, for Spartan Nation.
So while Walker wowed all the Spartan fans here at the stadium with his performance, there was a Wolverines player who did the same but for Michigan very early on.
Yeah, talk about a homecoming for East Lansing graduate Andrell Anthony, who on the first drive of the game scored a 93-yard touchdown. And while things didn't work out today for Michigan, the team is pretty excited in what they have in their young receiver going forward.
He came out, chip on his shoulder, made plays. Good to see young guys coming along. Good to see young guys coming along. Another weapon in the toolbox for the future.
Yeah, that one, and there was plenty more. He played outstanding. Didn't go the way we wanted it to go. Players played hard. Now they're going to have to strengthen the resolve.
With the win, Paul Bunyan is going to stay in East Lansing for another year, and Michigan State improves to 8-0 this season. Plus, Mel Tucker becomes the first Michigan State head coach to go 2-0 against Michigan.
Saying a lot, too, because now it also opens the door for Michigan State to really have an opportunity to win the Big Ten East Championship, which if you would have asked a lot of people at the beginning of the year, nobody had that pegged on their radar. From Spartan Stadium, Audrey Dahlgren.
I'm Ian Kress.